And we're back with another episode of the AC Milan Zone podcast. My name is Stefano, and I'm joined, as always, by my friend Oscar. Welcome back, Ozzy. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you. Another 3 points. Can't be
Ooh.
better.
Not gonna lie, it did not look good. It did not look like we are gonna get those 3 points. It did not look like we are gonna get 3 goals. But the boys at Max Allegri got it done. Before we get into the analysis of this game and preview the game that's coming up already tomorrow at the time of recording, please, if you're watching this, drop a like, subscribe. It helps us a lot. But as you said, we go to Como. A tough game that showed some challenges. Didn't see a lot of our players shine, especially in the first half. Showed a very good Como side at many times, a sparkling Nico Paz. But Allegri, as he often does, gets the last word. What did you think of the game? Just overall, 90 seconds, couple sentences.
Yeah, this was a game where all the statisticos in the world would hate to have watched, or all these Twitter people online would just would bash Milan. But end of the day, going to Como, getting 3 points, Como being the up and coming team that they are, I guess have now this season in a way because they have put themselves up there with the big boys. Haven't really been able to kick it with the big boys, so to speak. And yeah, what is it? I know we can go into the stats later. If we had a deserve to win a meter, we wouldn't have won, but we scored a penalty, which was a bit shaky, but two brilliant goals. So yeah, 3 goals, which we haven't seen in a very long time from Milan. Well,
True.
actually, Verona, that's a lie, Verona. But other than that,
Yeah, definitely not
um,
often.
yeah, we maybe got away with it this time with 3 points, but end of the day, it's football. Anything can happen. If you run a 100 meters race and you're leading in 95 meters, but you lose in the last 5 meters, then you don't win.
Absolutely. And we saw even Allegri address this in the press conference that he gave just a few minutes ago on Saturday before the Lecce game, who was basically asked, a lot of people have been talking about the luck that Milan has had with these results. And he basically shut it down right away. He said it's disrespectful to his work and the work of his players. And I think he has a
Mm-hmm.
point. I find it very interesting. Before we get into it, I think Allegri is one of the most like controversial managers who gets hated on in Serie A, which is hilarious because to the media he's not one to say anything. He'll have his funny
No.
quotes, but he dumbs everything down. He doesn't give any sort of insight about what's going on with the management, what's going on with the players. He will say, "Yeah, football is simple. You pass to the guys in the same shirt as you," and that's just the stuff. Put the ball in the back of the net, and that's just the stuff that he says to media because he doesn't want to talk about that. He continuously covers and kind of coddles his players. He never
Mm-hmm.
spoke against management. He said, "Yeah, no, the squad is excellent, but if they do something on the market, that's also great. We're just happy. This is great." Um,
He's just happy to be there.
exactly, and you see managers like Gasperini, who went in silenzio stampa, didn't speak to the media, just as a protest to his own management. Uh, we see Sarri's doing the same. Conte going crazy, complaining about not buying the right players or buying too many players or getting sent off and freaking out the referees. But
Yeah,
somehow, go ahead.
he even had shots against Amorim. I don't
yeah,
know if you caught that.
yeah.
What the guy? I don't know if it was recent, but my God, like
It's like the
take
50
a
Cent
chill pill,
meme.
Conte.
What do you say fuck me
Yeah,
for? yeah.
yeah. Go tape your hair back a bit, and
Yeah, and somehow I feel like
relax.
Allegri is the one that gets the most media attention or online noise of, oh my god, the luck and this and terrible football. Everyone says Gasperini, yeah, he's right. He's right to complain they have no strikers. Milan haven't had a striker forever. I mean, look at Fulkrug. He's looking like we're looking so much better. Everyone's saying, oh my god, Fulkrug, what a buy. It's Nicolas Fulkrug, no disrespect, on a broken toe.
Yeah.
And somehow Allegri says nothing and he still gets hate. I just found that interesting as a side note. But
Mm.
we need to start breaking down the game. And as always, we will start with the zone verdict, if you will. The hero of the match and the culprit of the match.
Yeah.
Let's start with the heroes. We got the win. It's two very easy ones. Which one do you want to talk about?
I'm going to talk about Mike Mignon, if that's all right with you,
Absolutely, go for it.
because I don't think he gets the recognition he deserves internationally, right? I mean, it's the main, Twitter's mainly Premier League fans because Premier League is the biggest league in the world, but the way they look, I guess, look down on Mike Mignon, like Chelsea fans were when they're trying to sign him this summer, or was yeah last summer,
Yeah,
is ridiculous. And now he's back to his Scudetto winning form, and it is world class.
yeah,
He truly saved us in this game, with a crazy double save, I guess you could call it, like a first a save and then he knocks it again, like comes back up and knocks it out of the Como player's path. That would have been an easy goal. I'm so happy to have him. I'm very happy to see him be captain as well. I shouldn't say let's break the bank for him, but how easy is it? Okay, he is, what is he, 30 now, 31 almost? Not the youngest in the world, but surely you keep him and you just kind of break the bank. Not go and like give him 15 million euros a season, but he is such an important and crucial part of this Milan. Without him, we would, this season at least, we certainly wouldn't be sniffing around the top. He has
absolutely.
saved us so many times. And it's not just like that was a good save and it's like that's your job.
Yeah,
This is like unbelievable. Like if you want to look at the XG, it might have been a 0.99.
yeah.
Uh,
And
so
he's, yeah, by stats, he's the one I saw. Yeah, so I mean, again, Twitter's not a real place. We love to remind people of that. But I saw, yeah, Chelsea fans saying, "Oh, Sanchez has been great this season. He's literally been better than Magnan." And it's like, no, no, he hasn't. Watch football, please. If you're gonna be on Twitter spouting out your
yeah,
opinion, Magnan leads the league and Europe in terms of, yeah, goals prevented, 7.7, I believe. And you're right, this game, I mean, unbelievable, unbelievable. And that's, I think, another part of the luck argument that people were talking about with Allegri. They're like, oh, if Magnan wasn't there, they would have conceded 17 goals.
yeah,
Okay, fair, I see that. But Magnan is part of the 11 players. If
yeah.
that's
It's
part of our squad is contracted. Oh, no one says, oh, if Haaland wasn't a Man City, they would never score and they'd be relegated. Yeah, but he
yeah.
is.
If Holland was an average striker, then they wouldn't win the league. It's like, well, yeah, well, of
Yeah,
course
I
not.
don't know
He
why
isn't
the
that's the
mentality.
point.
Exactly, I don't know why the mentality only works for outfield players and not goalkeepers. Oh, and during the derby, oh yeah, if we swap the goalkeepers, yeah, but goalkeepers have their worth. They get paid their money. You got old Sommer for free on a low wage because you have no money.
Exactly. Yeah.
we got him, and we're gonna try to pay him more because he's worth that. It's like Allegri
Yeah.
said. There's a reason why players are worth 1 million and 100 million, and you try to play the players that are worth 100 million. Yeah, he
Yeah,
prevents
and it's
goals.
and yeah, and it's not luck that it hits a crossbar and then hits his head and then it goes out while he's standing there. Like these are incredible saves, and it's there's nothing lucky about it.
Yeah, no, I fully agree. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought it was interesting. Yeah, I mean, let's hope. As I said, no, not necessarily a blank check, but I love what he brings. I love that he's quiet, sort of outside the pitch. I love that
Mm.
he's captain, as you said, and that he seemingly, according to latest reports, has had many offers for very high wages that he's turned down to follow this project. So let's hope it gets official. I'm so tired of seeing the tweets.
Mm.
Ooh, we're getting closer. We're getting closer. We're getting closer.
Well, I just want to keep
Months.
Big Mike.
Yeah, just give me a little bit of Magic Mike in my life. I want to keep watching the show. Second hero of the game and man of the match, even though it really should be
Another
shared
Frenchman.
between him and Magnan, is another Frenchman, and it's of course Cavallo Pazzo, Adrien Rabiot. I'll start us off and then let me know what you think. But I mean, obviously, outrageous game. First of all, as always, I think he's had one maybe bad or average game with Milan. That one's against Fiorentina. For the rest, he's always so solid. He's all over the pitch. He's key defensively to help Modric and to help a lot of the maybe not so good backline that we have, and helps those
Yep.
three look better than they are. And then, I mean, out of nowhere, beautiful run. Now he's starting to attack the box a lot more. Beautiful run, earns the penalty. Quick thought. You said the penalty was a little bit shaky. Do you think it was a penalty?
Uh, I
Because I saw
wouldn't have.
debate
I don't
about
think it.
this. For me, it was clear, but maybe I'm biased.
Clear. I think in today's football, it certainly is clear because
Hmm.
they'll give it for less than that. Um, it might be looked. I generally think it looked a bit exaggerated his fall, but again, that's not necessary. That's not part of the penalty debate anymore. It's
Hmm.
if there's contact or not. So if there is contact, therefore it is a penalty, right? Pretty much. That's how I look at it. I wouldn't have given it if I was referee 10, 15
Okay,
years ago.
interesting.
But the game has gone so far that I've seen penalties given for less. And if you're gonna say throw the same rule book at every game, then this is a penalty.
Okay, interesting. You're a bit of a
But
more old school, games gone kind of guy compared to me. To me, yeah, I
I'm
mean,
always
look, the
yeah.
contact is. You're right. The contact is not. No one's getting decapitated. Rabiot was not at risk of losing
But
his
that's not
life or
yeah.
any limbs. But to me, yeah, he moves the ball. Then the defender comes in. Obviously, has no chance at it. Makes contact. Rabiot falls over. I mean, as soon as I
But
saw it
my
live, I was
issue
like, yeah, that's
yeah.
a penalty.
But my issue is that there's inconsistency. Why hasn't Nkunku why didn't Nkunku get a penalty at the beginning of the season?
Yeah, yeah. And I think the referees also take into account a lot the players, which should not happen. I feel like they see someone like Nkunku who maybe falls a little easier, is lighter,
Yeah.
and they for penalize him. When Rabiot takes contact, you're like, oh, okay, that's a big of a it's a bigger man who doesn't maybe dive as much. But yeah, that's the general referee. Probably in Italy, but probably everywhere else. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, he gets that, and man, we needed that. After Magnan, as we said, kept us alive in that first half. Being able to escape 1-1 right at the death of the first half was key. First of all, for our morale, and I'm sure the players, the Como players in the locker room must have been killed by that because, that's as frustrating as the first half of football can go, if you're a Como player. And then he shines. Beautiful Rafa Leao assist, and he slots away
Yeah.
first time. That's a good finish for a midfielder, and we know his quality, so it's not a surprise. But that's a very good finish. And then the beautiful goal to end it all and to send us home from outside the box yet again. His third goal of the season. I mean, as close to a 10 out of 10 performance as you can get.
Yeah. So if you want to say who do you think who deserves to be the hero?
If
It's
you had to
hard because
pick
both
one,
of them saved the game. I
yeah.
would have to say Rabiot because like Magnon has been good this season and he has saved games. But I think we spoke about this in the end of the year pod. It's like the goalkeepers this season are the new number nines in
Hmm.
Serie A. Um, Maybe we're glorifying it a bit. It is his job. You know what I mean? Rabiot scoring two goals. I'm seeing it. I mean, I'm not saying he's a defender and scoring two goals, but he comes and scores two really good goals.
Yeah.
And goals are the hardest things to do in football in the world. And yeah, again, I guess he kind of saves the game and also gets the penalty. So I might have to give it to Rabiot personally.
Yeah, it's tough to go against that. He
Yeah,
did
and
go
yeah,
away far and beyond what has been asked of him. I do feel bad for Mike not getting maybe the recognition, although maybe that's not true. Maybe I just wanted to even more have more.
yeah.
Um, Before we go
And
into,
this
oh, sorry, go ahead.
this podcast has never hated on Rabiot, and we love his mother.
We love all of you watching.
His
We
mother as an
love
agent.
we
Yes.
love we love your mothers too. And I don't know why. And no, but she's been quiet. She's been quiet since joining
She's been
Milan.
quiet. Yes, she has been quiet.
But the crazy moment I think to think about is that he was not with us when the season started. If he doesn't punch a teammate and Max Allegri doesn't love him, this doesn't happen, and I think we are fighting for maybe a Europa League spot because it's not just the goals, it's not just this game. We talk about how important he is defensively and everything. So, sliding door moment in football is him punching his teammate,
the,
only
the
being
ripple effect.
sought out by a manager that loves him like Allegri, and us being able to afford him after we already lost the first game of the season. Probably also because we lost that first game, that Allegri is able to go to management and say, "Hey, alarm bells!
Yeah.
We need to get. You didn't get any of the names I wanted. Please give me this guy." Um,
Yeah.
so that's kind of funny to
And
think
yeah,
about.
yeah, it is crazy to think, and we'll see at the end of the season. We can thank him. And I got a Modric shirt this year. Maybe it's a Rabiot shirt next season.
This is true. Now, before we get into my highly underrated player and your pessimist corner, we must add one more French player and some interesting things to talk about. The last of the French trio that helped us win this game was, of course, Christopher Nkunku, who slots away the penalty. He seems to be back now. Calma. You watch the game. Didn't have a particularly good game. None of the strikers did. We didn't really play a lot of great football. The penalty, I don't know how much you saw of it, was very interesting. Penalty was won. Leao goes to grab it. He is amongst those starting 11. I don't know about Pulisic, but with those playing, he is the penalty taker. And Allegri is the one that right away calls silent markers over and tells him Nkunku. And you see Leao is kind of surprised. He's kind of grabbing the ball. He gestures to Allegri like, what's going on? Why is it not me? And there's a beautiful video down on the Zone Italy of Max Allegri calming him down and saying, Rafa, calma, calma, calma. My decision. Nkunku takes it. What did you think about, Nkunku going over Leao? And Allegri just sort of making this decision, sort of a gut feeling. And then, of course, the penalty, which was actually pretty terrible, but goes in the back of the net.
And honestly, I can't really see that it goes in because of these. And I'll bring it up every single podcast now. These shitty digital advertisements behind, like the ball just disappears, especially the orange ball.
Yeah.
When they have all these bright, yellow or whatever colored digital, that are the overlay that are put on for depending on what region you're watching it in. It's terrible. Anyways, back to the point of the conversation. I think it's quite strange. Allegri that seems like a Conte thing to do, almost, in a way. And it wasn't that Leao had been playing so poorly or that he'd missed a penalty and then Leao has grabbed the ball. Like, Allegri is, while we talk about luck and vibe, I think he's a professional manager with almost 20 years experience,
Yeah.
especially in the Serie A, with Milan, with the Milans of the world, with Juventus. He will have like planned this and he'll stick to it. I'm not sure why. Did Leao have like a bad few minutes before? I don't know.
No, it must have been just vibe. Also because another beautiful video that went online that people didn't really see. He's clearly the one that makes the decision. Penalties taken, scored. He turns around and he mumbles, I think mostly to himself or maybe looking at the bench, but you can see it very clearly. If you speak Italian, He says, ha tirato un rigore di merda. He shot a shit penalty. I think he got away with it. But, I think, sometimes, he sees a lot of things in trainings, maybe understand also what's going on in the head of players. Nkunku, as since he's been scoring more, been a lot more confident, and I think that shows in his play style. So maybe it was that, and obviously the decision, maybe that's the only lucky part. Kind of goes his way. I think next time, if this is the case, Leao probably does take it.
Yeah,
But
I would have understood had we had a penalty taker that's taken like penalties for years for us,
yeah,
right? And Fabregas being who he is, maybe plan. I mean, this is part of most professional teams now. They'll have stat sheets and goalkeepers will know what way penalty takers go.
yeah.
Maybe I would have understood had it been that because Nkunku hasn't. Has he taken a penalty for us? I don't think so, right?
No, he's taken. He's
No,
taken the
exactly.
one where he scored. No, he's taken the one against when we won 3-0, where he scored
Oh, Verona.
the brace. Verona, thank you. Yes, yeah.
Yes, that's true. Oh yeah, okay. But still, it's only one penalty, and Leao's only taken one for us, right? So
Yeah.
that's been outside of a penalty shootout. I think Torino a couple of years ago and Rio Ave.
Rio Ave, what a shootout. But no, I thought it was very interesting. And maybe it's also a future thing. Maybe it's, look, he scores now. We saw the big jump in confidence for Nkunku. And maybe it's a thing of, we're trying to figure out the striker situation. We're trying to figure out where the goals are going to come from. Nkunku's a great player. He's not been doing that well. We talked about it often. But in terms of his ability, he is key. If we can get the next couple of months him to believe in himself and play hard and score, we got a real shot at either being comfortable top 4 or maybe, depending on what's going on up there, have a shot at the Scudetto if the other two, but specifically Inter, slow down a little bit. So maybe it wasn't looking back, but looking forward. Either way, terrible pen. Honestly, kind of
It
low,
was.
but not to the ground, not particularly driven. Middle left, but not angled, and yeah,
It looks as though
Buttes.
it's such a hesitant
Yeah, Buttes
penalty.
gets a little bit unlucky, but it worked out. But I wouldn't be surprised if
Yeah.
if Pulisic is not on the pitch, if Leao takes the next one, as it probably should. Now,
Hmm.
do you want to
Agreed.
do your pessimist corner first or highly underrated?
Let's do. I mean, I don't know. I don't really have too much to add on to like my pessimist corner. Unfortunately, I mean,
Fair.
it's the gameplay. I shouldn't say we were lucky this game. I saw shout out to a friend of the pod, Puccio, which he spoke a lot about. The zonal versus,
Yeah,
I think it's zonal versus man marking, and
yeah.
I think that kind of speaks into what I said last podcast about tracking runners in the box,
Mm-hmm.
even on set pieces. Yeah, that doesn't for Magnon's second save there. The Como or not the second save. When he does that double save and he sort of swipes it right in front of the Como player.
Yeah,
Where are our defenders?
yeah, yeah.
They should be on that they should be on that
Yeah,
like
there's no ball
seagulls on
watching
hot
there.
chips.
Yeah. There shouldn't be any ball watching. Yeah, you should be all over that, of course, on the rebound. Same on the other end
Yeah,
with the strikers. Yeah.
yeah. So I don't want to sound like a parrot, and I don't want to be taking Pucci's thoughts, but I agree with him, and that feeds into the runners in the box when they stand outside the penalty area and they just have a street to run right into our box. Kind of feeds into this whole man marking versus zonal. Is it the right thing to do? But it's just man marking in general. It's not working, I think.
Yeah, agreed. We have had some really troubling stats. Every about 50% of goals we concede are from set pieces. That should definitely raise some flags. And we've yet to concede from outside the box, which means everything happens in the box, which obviously makes sense. Those where the most goals come from. But it tells you that there is some problems
Yeah.
at the back. I saw a lot of people jumping on Fofana for the goal. Um, and
Stefano. Let's relax here.
and look, obviously, if you see this, the frame phrase Kemp is jumps over Fofana, but in the zone marking you see that Fofana is covering the man behind him, and it's actually Bartesaghi who forgets that man. But you're spot on. It's if you're playing proper man to man, then it's a lot easier to know who you're marking. In the zonal system, you don't really know, and then the runs come, and maybe there is some crosses, and you can lose your man. Bartesaghi loses his man. Fofana still gets jumped over. I'm not blindly defending Fofana, but yeah, people were jumping the gun there a little bit, and yeah, the
And
set
it's
pieces
like
are a
if
problem, definitely.
let's say our medical staff slips on the stairs at San Siro and injure themselves. I'm sure Milan fans would say it's Fofana's fault.
Yeah, at this point, he's
Do you know what I
definitely
mean?
the
And
boogeyman. Yeah,
anything.
yeah, he's
Yeah.
definitely the boogeyman. For sure. Yeah, you're 100% right about
Yeah.
that. And we saw still Ruben Loftus-Cheek come and do nothing for in his place.
Oh,
So
did he play?
yeah, impossible to tell. The man is the biggest ghost there is.
I mean, he could be a very good looking player, but he doesn't deserve to be in the starting 11 or anywhere near it.
I know.
Even all these thirsty people saying like, oh, he's got aura, whatever.
Our
He shouldn't be part
very
of it.
extended female viewership of the AC Milan Zone podcast is they're big fans of Ruben Loftus-Cheek, and I understand he's a handsome fella, but he should not play for AC Milan. I did want to say, however, despite what the full mobs rating say, I thought De Winter had a great game. Shout out to him, especially after having a couple early in the season, a couple rough outings. Tomori was good for a mistake here or there, as he always is. So maybe that's a little bit of cause for concern.
Maybe he's having his winter arc.
This is why the people tune in. Drop a like if you haven't already. But I think we can move on to my highly underrated pick. And it's gonna be Mike Magnan. No, I'm just kidding. Obviously, I saw some hate about him online during the game, which was interesting because I think
Yep.
on the screen Alexis Salemakers had a great game. Obviously, everyone struggled and kind of sucked in the first half, but he kept on fighting. And then you see a lot of his imprint in the games and in the goals. Obviously, recovers the ball, drives it forward, beautiful pass into Rabiot into space, earns the penalty. So that's all over it. We saw the beautiful second goal from Rabiot with a great assist from Rafael. But what you don't see is,
Yeah.
once again, Alexis before that recovers the ball and then pings it cross court, long ball to Rafa right on his feet to allow that to happen.
Yeah.
So that's great work. So I thought he had a great game and was overlooked a little bit. I think he's key to us. Maybe not as much as Rabiot and Modric, but right underneath them is one of those that I'm sure Allegri is watching very carefully and hoping that nothing happens to him. Even though Atacamo came on, didn't seem so bad this game. But we know he's just still pretty green, still pretty raw. So Alexis, for me, gets a shout.
He's a raw man. He's a raw man.
He's a raw man. He's a diamond in the rough. But as partly at heart Swiss people to some extent, me and you, we will support our Swiss boys. Our Swiss boys. No.
Well.
One last question that I had for you. We saw Rabiot this game, but also in last games, push forward a lot more. And there's a lot of questions about, Rabiot and Modric are sort of fixed, but that third position in midfield, the attacker of the three, the one that's supposed to be, the encursor, the one that crashes the box, maybe not working so well. Definitely not with Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Arguably not with Fofana, who gets all the hate as we talk about. Is there a chance in your mind, now that we see this sort of prolific side of Rabiot, that maybe there's sort of a swap of tactic for Allegri, where not necessarily sides, but Rabiot starts to go a little bit more forward, and maybe we see a Ricci or Jashari come in that third position and stay a little bit back and try to replicate what Rabiot has been doing until now?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, it's clear that he's got a shot on him, and we know. I mean, he's a professional footballer, but we've seen him before at Juventus and PSG. He's not terrible on the ball. He's got the legs, he's got the touch. That little deft touch down to then let it bounce slightly to then do it on the score in the half volley. I mean, that's. I would like
class.
a lot of. I would like to see a lot of strikers in the world try to do that. So he obviously has the class, so why not if it works? He seems to, and it's also not just about having the technical aspect. It's also about reading where to be.
Yeah.
How many times have we seen Ruben Loftus-Cheek or Fofana, run in and join the attack, or wait for a cross, and there's just three of them lining up in line waiting for the ball. I mean, that's just death to any attack. It's all about reading, either take a step back or making that dashing run. You can read what Leao is doing, because albeit, look, I love Leao. This isn't Leao hate. Sometimes when Leao gets the ball, I think a lot of players don't know what he's about to do, like from his own team.
Yeah.
Because it is that, and that's how that type of striker or forward should be. That not even their own teammates know what he's going to do.
Sure. Yeah.
Because it's not like look at like Robin, right? I'm not saying that Robin was bad. He did it. He patented it. He copyrighted it. You knew what Robin was going to do, and then he was unstoppable anyways. But Robin had the boom boom, and then run down, cut inside, goal. And everybody knew he was going to do it, and his teammates knew where to stand in case there was, he could pass it or whatever. But with Leao, when he gets a ball, it's kind of hard to judge. Is he going to absolutely, gun it down the line? Is he going to try to take three players on outside the box? Is he going to think it? Is he going to have a shot? So that's maybe where Rabiot can properly be able to read what Leao is going to do, and make a little run to the side to get him the space that he needs. So maybe it's time for us to, like you say, switch around, not sides, but that he's the one going forward.
Yeah.
More often than, let's say, Fofana or whoever is going to be in that role.
Yeah, especially because we have two more CDM-like players on the bench that maybe should be getting some more minutes. I think that's a very interesting point. I think you're right. I think the key to unlocking Leao is, well, first of all, him being healthy and actually be able to dribble, but to have a team and teammates that play around him, right? He's so dangerous with the ball, but he's going to grab attention. He's going to get doubles and can be marked out of the game. the key to unlock that is then, to play off of him, realizing how much attention
Yeah.
he grabs from defenders and playing off of it, which is why him and Theo worked so well, right? Is because the
Yeah.
way they were able to fill each other's space that was left and attract each other's gravity. And if we can get a mini version of that with Rabiot and Leao, and maybe see how
Yeah.
Bartesaghi goes off that, then that's found money for sure.
Yeah, I mean, let's say, how many goals would Theo Hernandez have scored if it wasn't for Rafa Leao? And how many
Yeah.
goals would have Leao scored if it wasn't for Theo Hernandez?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It's a little bit not so much, but it's the Nocerino Ibra effect. You know what I mean? If you're
Yes.
if you're just able
It's
to
a,
to realize how your star player plays and how
yeah.
much attention from the defense they get, and you're able to expose those spaces,
I don't, yeah.
just do the easy
I
stuff and
don't
put
think,
away.
I don't think Carlos Bacca would have hit 20 goals, was it, if it wasn't for Keisuke Honda? You know what I mean?
I mean that. Yeah, I mean, who is Carlos Bacca the Ibra or the Nocerino in the in this situation? I think Kiske on. I don't know. It's tough. It's many talents at war there. But we have the preview of Lecce coming up. We have a little bit of a game, very quick one from my side to you. But before that, before we wrap it up, we have AC Milan's own mailbag, little questions that I got from
Wait.
Instagram.
Sorry, did you say, maybe I've just blanked out. Did you say what the highly underrated thing was?
I
Did
did,
we
yeah.
get that?
Salemackers, Alexis Salemackers.
Oh yeah, sorry, yes, sorry. I'm
This is a
extremely
tired
tired. I
man.
apologize. I have been listening.
We've been
I have been
reviewing
listening.
game footage for hours, breaking down this game for you guys, and he's barely slept. It's like Fabregas says, he goes home and just obsesses over this stuff. So drop a like.
I know people watch. I know people watch this just for our looks, but my God, my eye bags are big.
Drop
Anyways,
a like
go
so
ahead.
we can afford a makeup artist to come to other of our houses and make us pretty. No, but before we get to the game preview and the game, we have the mini game. We have the mailbag episode or mailbag section of the episode. Questions from Instagram. I wanted to especially to highlight one, but it's a few questions that we got, and it has to do with the man on the screen, says Fabregas.
Great image.
I know I picked it very carefully. Disappointing. I will say in his defense, before maybe we go off, a lot of the individual quotes that were taken were very much out of context.
Yeah.
The interviews that I actually did watch where it was a lot of, I like to speak to players right after a game, but this one is hard, this one stings. What am I supposed to do? It's raw for all of us. He did congratulate, Milan and say, yeah, sometimes you can just applaud the opposition. You don't have to say I made a mistake. You just say I played well, but they played better. They had two superstars. But of course, there's a lot of salty quotes. Now, Fabregas is quite a salty man. I think he's getting better. I remember last season when we had the win in Como in a comeback victory 2-1. He was very, very salty. This time the salt is definitely there, but a little bit lighter. He mentions it's incredible that we lost this. We had 700 passes to 200, and all of this. What were your thoughts about I guess Fabregas' comments and then the narration of the game?
No, I think you're very right that they some of the interviews and the quotes can be taken out of context, and because you read it raw, and then you add your own. Let's say, he's definitely gonna have a salty in
Yeah,
tone, right? I learned this a lot about strategic communications in my degree, but it's all about it can be tone influences so much. So he does maybe come across as salty. I shouldn't say he's just learned Italian, but there can be a language barrier ish. Not saying that he has to, but but when he comes to like saying that, then he starts saying stuff like, "Oh, we had 700 passes versus their 200 passes." That's where I start losing it a bit.
yeah,
Um, I can agree that the football we play isn't very nice to watch.
sure.
People don't watch football necessarily because it's so beautiful.
Yeah,
It's if you're gonna go and look at the beauty of something, then go watch figure skating. That's where you have like judges and they give you scores for stuff.
yeah,
Now, I've never watched figure skating. I'm sure it's a lot more complicated than that, like different moves and whatever. But dancing and stuff. That you give scores, and people have, of course, a lot of experience when watching it and give a good score and a deserved score. but that's not what football is about. Football is about the end of the 90 minutes, 11 versus 11, who scored the more goals.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's a very funny debate. I think people tend to be too black or white. They're like either Allegri is the greatest and it's all about the result and you get it, or Allegri is so lucky and he plays
Yeah.
terrible football. Does Allegri play beautiful football? No. I rather be watching Milan as the prime Guardiola Barcelona. Uh, Absolutely,
Yeah.
ideally.
Who wouldn't?
But we try to play, and people are like, why can't he put another striker? Why can't he attack more? Why can't he press? We tried to press last year. We tried to play with a 4-2-3-1 last year. We finished eighth.
Yeah.
We sucked. The championship was over by January. We were out of the Champions League
Yeah.
uh, against a terrible side,
Feyenoord.
Feyenoord. Like, come on, we tried this. This squad, this is all you can do. We're not that great defensively. Supposed to fix the defense. Look, we have no defenders, and the ones that we have are not great. We have to play like this. And also, Fabregas, went and lost to Inter 4-0. Talked about how good Winter was and he'll learn a lot and he doesn't mind losing if it doesn't mean defending. There's different aspects to football. There is a
Yeah.
point where how many teams and how many coaches could be outplayed as badly as we were outplayed in the first 45 minutes of that game and still stay in the game. Doesn't matter if it's your goalkeeper. Doesn't matter if it's because it's a penalty. Just mentally stay in the game. And Allegri,
Yeah.
pretty much all he said in the first half was calma, 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 and just coaching your players to keep doing your job and have faith in yourself and in your talent. That if we just stay in there, if we just leave the door open, we might as well do it.
Yeah, it's like having a, let's say you're a father or a mother, and you've got a wife or kid, or wife or husband, and you've got three kids. Are you gonna go buy a Ferrari? No, you're gonna buy a Seat Alhambra because it does the job. It gets the kids to
Yeah,
school on time. You can go family vacations. It's reliable. It's not too flashy, but you can drive 120 kilometers an hour, which is the speed limit.
yeah,
And it works,
yeah,
and you win.
yeah.
You win with it.
Yeah, and this is what we have. I mean, he doesn't have the defenders we talked about. He doesn't have a real striker.
Yeah.
Fulkrug is looking like, oh my god, we look so much better. It's Fulkrug. No, Fulkrug is Fulkrug. It's just that we didn't have that profile because the squad is built so poorly. So it's crazy to me that they're in this debate, and to me, Fabregas should be saying, I will learn from this. Look, you want to play beautiful football. If I'm a Como fan, I'm very happy with him and with what he's done. And again, they played really beautiful. Nico Paz is a star. Too bad he's gonna go to Madrid next year. Honestly, as a Serie A fan, I'd want to see him stick around. But there
Yeah,
is a
this is-
quality. How many times last year did we concede and everyone threw in the towel? That's the imprint of Allegri, of being like, hey, no, we stay in the game, we stay together because we know that we can just hang in there and we know we're gonna get a shot at it. Doesn't always work out. We saw against Fiorentina, we saw against Genoa, but this is quality, and Fabregas should learn from it because, as we said, Como have won one game against the top 8 all season, and
Yeah,
that's
there it
against
is,
Juve back then, all season long. So if you want to take the next step, sure, play beautiful football, but also learn how to win the dirty ones, how to fight. It's a problem that Inter has. Inter plays beautiful football. Inter crashes, plays better than pretty much their opposition almost any game. But when the going gets tough and it's a little dirty, they don't step up to it. So if you need to dominate a team to win, and that's the only way you can do it, excellent when you do, but you gotta learn how to bring the result home
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
it's not going your way.
And I think, and you put it nicely, is that Fabregas is doing well. Like I'm not shitting. Like we're not
Absolutely,
shitting on him.
I would love
playing
Cesc
the
Fabregas as a manager.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I would. Bring back Pioli. No, let's and he's doing a good job. And against your Pisas, your Fiorentinas, whatever, this kind of football will work because you will get the chances. You'll have subpar goal tending maybe. You won't have lethal finishers. You won't be playing against a Leao. You won't be playing against a Rabiot that is on form and can put away those kind of goals. You'll be playing against somebody else. But I think that's the beauty of a tough or a good coach, is that you can read the game and be like, we won't be playing, like we won't get anywhere with this beautiful football
Yeah,
in this game.
yeah. And
and
look,
let's adapt it.
yeah, and that's
Unless you're Pep Guardiola, which during Barcelona, where you have the talent, you're going to be dominating the
yeah,
game.
yeah,
Like,
of course. And let's look. Am I a little bit worried that next year, if God willing, the management keeps listening to Tata and Allegri, which they absolutely should, and they get him the player he wants, that he's gonna be able, with a stronger squad, to play beautiful football? A little bit. I don't know if he has that in him. Maybe we'll continue to play bad football, but I think to bash him because he's playing bad football with a squad that can't really play anywhere, anything else, that can't even consider switching formations because we have no proper fullback, because our center backs can't play for the back, is a little bit silly. Let's wait until he has a more suited squad and a better squad, and then say, okay, but you're still playing, five at the back and trying to score off one shot off the counter attack. Then you can say you're cooked. It's time to retire, which maybe is the case, maybe not. Hopefully, we get to see what the result of that is next year.
yeah.
But yes, that was
And
the.
before we wrap up Como, I want to say a big shout out to you. I always appreciate you, Stefano. Everyone should appreciate you all the time. You are who you are. But I believe you got the correct scoreline
I did. I
prediction.
posted the little story. Thank you for bringing this up. Yes, I got 3-1. I did went into the explanation about that in the pod and wasn't exactly correct. I said we were gonna go up first and then play off the counter.
What? No, you correct scoreline. What? What
Correct the
explanation?
scoreline, and no, I was very happy with that. I'll take it. I don't know. We should next year we keep track, and maybe we have a little bet actually. Beginning of the year, we say we just pick a forfeit, and whoever gets less correct does something silly in the pod. Anyway, we're getting ahead of our head.
Yeah.
That's next season. That's next season. We'll decide this when we're doing our Scudetto celebration podcast in summer.
last podcast it was like, oh yeah, no, it's over, whatever. And now it's like, we're back, baby. Duality of man.
It's the internet. We all know the real position is we're probably not going to win it. We're going to be in the fight for day. We're a level below, but it doesn't matter. When we lose, it's like we're not going to make Europa League, and when we win is Inter, we're coming. But we had to talk about Lecce. Before the preview, a small little game. Last Milan-Lecce a year ago. I like to do this season because with Redbird, our squad changes so much. Was a 3-0 victory last season in Milan.
Oh, in Milan. Okay, yes.
Can you, since the turnover of players, guess our starting 11? I will give you the formation because I think that helps you a lot. And I'll give you, I don't know, 3 mistakes.
Oh, God.
We went down with a 4-2-2 against Lecce.
A 4-2-2?
Yes.
You're missing 2 players.
Sorry, 4-4-2.
Okay, 4-4-2. Jesus Christ!
You never know. Fonseca maybe got a little cute and was like, you know what, we play with less players.
And this was in Milan, so would it have been before January or not?
This was in Milan. This was with Fonseca.
With Fonseca, okay. Yes.
The exact date I don't have, but it was
September
27th.
Then I know it's Fonseca.
Yeah, Fonseca.
Yes. Okay. Who? Okay. Trying to remember we had. Okay, and we can go through this a bit. Would Mignon have actually been playing? Because he was injured, wasn't he?
No, he was playing.
Okay, he was playing. Then it would have been Emerson Royale at right back.
Emerson Royale at right back, yes. Would
it have been Gabbia Tomori?
Gabbia Tomori, very nice, yeah. And there could have been some doubt there with Pavlovic, but Gabbia Tomori get in, yes.
Theo probably starting, so Theo
Hernandez, who grabs an assist and a goal.
Right wing. Who did we have at right wing? Was this one of the few games that Chukwueze started? No.
First mistake.
No, this is me debating.
Sorry. First mistake. Chukwueze does come in for that position, but another player is starting at right wing. Or right mid, or whatever you want to call it.
All right, I'll move on to centre mid because that could lead me to who it would have been. Reinders.
Tijani Reinders is in there, yes.
And probably Fofana.
And Fofana, very, very nice. Well done, you're killing it.
Leao, left wing.
Leao, left wing, yes, sir.
Striker Morata.
Morata, who gets an assist and a goal. And
Um, would it have been? Well, it might have been Pulisic joining him up top.
Pulisic does play, but it's not up top,
Okay,
so I'll
so,
give you
so
that.
then it's
Pulisic got a goal, and he's the right wing.
right wing. Yes, there we go. So who was the other striker? Uh, we had Morata. And what did we? I'm trying to think back. Did we get Tammy? Oh, Tammy Abraham.
Tammy Abraham, correct. He does get sub
Yeah,
for Luka Jovic, but that's it. Yeah, it's. I always like to check these back the year before because the squad rotation is so crazy and everything moves so fast with Milan and with this Americans that you forget players. You're like, oh yeah, Tammy Abraham played with us last year. Felt
yeah,
like a long
yeah,
time
yeah.
ago.
And Morata as well. It's
Yeah,
like that's this, he would have
Morata.
been. He was our savior.
Yeah,
Although I think, oh yeah, I'm not gonna say, but I'm not like one of those who says, oh yeah, I knew this already. But I was quite like, are we getting Morata?
yeah,
The guy,
yeah, yeah.
the guy runs slower than me for the train, man.
Yeah, even for Como, I think he's on his way out to maybe one last adventure, a boyhood club or something, or get some money. But I think he's done.
Yeah. Now he
Bonus
can't even
point.
blame it.
This game was important
Okay.
in a negative way for one of the current, not stars, but main men in our starting 11. Do you remember who and for what reason this was a negative game on a 3-0 victory for someone who was subbed in into this game? This
I have
was
no clue.
Davide Bartesagi's red card. Remember, he came in and got the straight red right away.
Oh
He came
yes,
in with like 10, 15 minutes to go and got the straight red.
straight red. Yeah.
And look how
What was
far.
that for? It was just like a. It
Yeah, I
was
think
just a
I,
bad tackle,
yeah,
wasn't
I
it?
think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it wasn't a red if I
Yeah.
remember it right. But look how far he's
It
come. We
was
thought, oh my God, he can't even be a sub for Theo here and there, and now he's flourished. But looking
saying
forward,
that I missed Hill.
me too. Although here on his way out, I have to say, very his own behavior, but I miss him. The best version of Theo, man, what a killer.
Silver haired or not pink haired, but silver haired Theo. I miss him.
Silver hair Theo all fighting with Doomfries.
And not slicked back.
Yeah, a little
Not
bit
slicked back.
longer. Top 5 Theo, no, just kidding. But if we fast forward to a year later, we're now playing Lecce in Milan. A little bit of a preview as I
in,
like
Sep-
to
in in September.
in September. No. Hey, we're trying to paddle through. Okay, the days are too short. We're looking forward to spring coming, but as I always like to do, give a little bit of a detailed preview. Lecce is struggling. They are not in relegation zone. They're 17th, but just 3 points clear of Fiorentina and Pisa. Pisa they might be able to beat off in the end. But if you're a Lecce fan, I think Fiorentina is a big worry. They've not been doing great. They lost 4 of the last 5, drew 1 against Juve, which was a good one. But they've been struggling. Of course, the big news for them is that Camarda might be coming our way. I'll come back to that right at the end because I want to get your thoughts. Last game was a loss against Inter, which actually was pretty good. They had a lot of injured players and a couple sent off. So it was meant to be a cakewalk. Inter only got the 1-0 victory with 15 minutes to go, thanks to Pio Esposito. They are on a 5-game losing streak against us, which maybe is good, maybe is bad. Maybe it's bad, we'll see. Stulic, who I like to hit on a lot because I think he's a terrible striker, actually scored quite a lovely goal, not against Inter, but the game before. So we definitely don't want him coming into form for our game, but keep an eye out for him. Other than that, I think the main dangers will be from Banda, who is pretty decent, and we like to always remind how every former AC Milan player will always score against us, and there is Sotil, who's barely an AC Milan player, but technically he counts.
Our great loan signing last season. That just
Yes,
goes to show.
the savior,
I'm sorry, there's no hate against Sotil. I mean, the guy did what he could, but he's now on the bench for Lecce, and he was, I shouldn't say supposed to save us last season, but that's what we went after. to
Yes.
save our season.
Yes, and Joao Felix, and yeah, a lot of and Kyle Walker. Kyle Walker was, like the Kyle Walker, Sotil, Joao Felix are gonna be great trivia questions in like 10 years when you're like, which
Yeah.
English right back played for Milan, and no one is gonna remember a Kyle Walker play for us. But yes, those are the main concerns. Before we get on your thought on the game and the score prediction, the Camarda news. What'd you make of it?
I think it's kind of sad because I genuinely thought that I'm not going to say that. I mean, Bartesagi's had a great journey this season,
Yeah,
right? And he's a bit older. I think he's got a lot more senior games under his belt than Kamada, even though it's minimal before the season. It would have been, I think, if it would have been stupid to have kept Kamada at Milan, or maybe it would have been. I don't know. It's hard to say. Because we have Nkunku, who we got late in the transfer season, but I think when we got Nkunku, we decided to ship out Kamada on loan, right? That was pretty much the deal.
yeah,
Yeah. So he would have gotten limited game time had everyone been healthy. So it would have been, good to send him out on loan to a Lecce, who I thought he would have started a lot more games. And I'm not sure. I can't say I've read a lot of Lecce news. I don't think it's necessarily the manager hated him, but the kid is 17, right? And they're in a dire situation, anyways. Maybe they thought they would have gone higher. Uh, I think it's good that he gets to come back. Even like I think you said, he's got a shoulder injury.
correct. Yeah.
So maybe it's also a bit of that, like Milan were like, okay, if it's a bad shoulder injury where it's not necessary that it's broken or anything, but maybe we get him under our wing so we can pay for a good medical evaluation of it so it never doesn't pester him for the rest of his career. Um, but now that it's going well for us, it's better to have a Kamada than having a Kamada last season where everything was an absolute chaos. So good to have brought maybe Kamada back, let him rehab, find some game time. Allegri will make him score somehow.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm happy.
It's a combination of a few things. He didn't, play a lot. He was on and off injured. I was, it's always difficult in Serie A when you loan these players to the bottom of the league teams because in other leagues, the bad teams still attack and still create. In Serie A, it's really catenaccio. Um, I was a little bit more hopeful that Lecce would be better because they are a Di Francesco team, and Di Francesco
Yeah.
historically has always tried to play and managed even with smaller sides good football. This year, not so much. So very very low chances, even though he played more than he would have played with us. And
Mhm.
then yes, the question is absolutely about also the injury. It's a little bit more serious than people thought. So one, Lecce is like, look, we're not gonna pay for this if he's not gonna play. It's better to save that
Yeah.
money, go out on the market, try to get another striker, and see if we can,
Hmm.
stay in Serie A. Milan is happy to recall him, as you say, give him proper medical evaluation and attention, and then maybe look. We're crossing a lot more, and they usually know by the end of those crosses. He's very good, even at a young age, in the air. In a situation where
Yeah.
often we've had to play Ruben Loftus-Cheek as striker, and maybe Ruben Loftus-Cheek goes.
Yeah.
Fulkrug, that situation is funny. We thought he's had a broken toe and was going to be out for 2 months. Then he was fractured. Then he goes and plays because the man is an absolute psychopath. Um,
I play now.
exactly, yeah, proper
Sorry.
machine Terminator. So, but remains to be seen. Obviously, Pulisic and Leao are both kind of injured, and we see they're sort of alternating game time. Let's see. I'm excited. I hope his injury isn't too long, and we can sort
Mhm.
of see him. I think Allegri could do some interesting stuff, and then same with the confidence, and then if he can get a couple balls in the back of the net as a teenage in San Siro, that would be great. Um,
I think Cecil would explode.
yeah. Overall, I don't know. I'm not
It's
too
not
upset
great.
about
Yeah, it's
it.
not great. Yeah, it's not great. It's not terrible. It is what it is in a way. It's not the end of his career, certainly not,
Yeah.
and it wouldn't have made a big difference for either Lecce or Milan. So it's a fair deal to just get him back, and
Yeah, I
we'll
agree.
see.
For us, give us
Let's
some
not let's not
numbers, allows him to
let's not put the weight of the world on the 17-year-old kid's
exactly.
shoulders. Like, oh my God, he didn't score a single goal. He scored one goal, right, and he missed
Yeah,
a penalty.
yeah,
What a terrible, terrible loan, and what a terrible player. The kid is 17.
yeah,
Can't even legally buy alcohol in Italy, I believe.
yeah. I mean, it will work out. It also, we don't know what's gonna happen with us in our squad and stuff like that. So it allows us to come to summer, Fulkrug will probably go his way unless he continues to impress. Then we can pick what to do with Camarda, and then we can reassess. I think it works out. But tomorrow we're back on a night game. We sort of gave the technical preview of Lecce. This, and we say this every time, this is a game that if you're fighting for the Scudetto, you need to win. We have a very interesting, actually, picture. This is the first time in I don't know how many years, maybe 50 years or something like that. I forgot the actual number, but that we finished the first leg of the championship, so played all the teams, and have not lost against anyone from the left side of the table. I don't know how well the camera. Oh, actually, pretty well. We'll pick it up. Let me put myself.
Oh wow,
for
yeah.
this. The only obviously our only loss came against Cremonese, but the rest was all wins or draws, and only 2 draws in fact, which is Juve and Atalanta.
Oh yeah.
It's pretty interesting, but clearly we struggle with the other side, and Lecce is very much on the other side of the table. The first time around, of course, we did beat them. This was the rare occasion of a Ruben Loftus-Cheek goal. What do you think of this game?
My guy. Honestly, I don't even want to speak. Not that I'm lazy or I'm angry. I just want. I'm just tired of. I'm trying to get. We're trying to analyze the game, and it's not against you, Stefano. But I've so many times I've just sat here and said, "Oh yeah, this is where we turn around, playing against a poorer team, less quality team, bottom of the league team, and this is where Allegri changes it around." And I think I said that for Sassuolo. I said for being 12:30 kickoff, and then I said it against. Who did I say it against?
Probably
Cagliari, even
Genoa, probably, yeah.
Genoa. I said it against Fiorentina. But I'm hopeful. I think this is where we turn it around.
What is the definition of madness? Doing the same thing over and over and over, expecting a different outcome. This is what this podcast is about. Yeah. I mean, how disappointing would it be to walk away, even with 1 point after this? After we escape Como, after all this, it would be so key to get these 3 points in San Siro, which we've been annoyingly very poor at as well. So it'd be nice to give the fans, something to look forward to, and also because then Roma comes up, but we have actually passed the point of the season where we'll play every 2-3 days, and we have a little bit more time, but the games do get harder. We have Roma in Rome, we have Bologna at Bologna, then Como again in San Siro. That's a tough 3-stretch game for us. So yeah, this needs to be a victory, and ideally an easy one, and ideally one where we score a lot and keep a clean sheet. Will it be that? Somehow I highly doubt that.
Certainly not.
But this is the perfect hook as we wrap up for what will be the score. Do you want me to go first, or would you like to take the scene?
It's up to you. You are the winner of it. If you want to keep the superstition going, go ahead.
I believe the beer pong rules are on fire, so I'll take this. After going right. So Allegri did speak about some rotation in this game. So expect to see some rotation. What exactly that means, we will find out tomorrow. It seems that players maybe like Ruben Loftus-Cheek might have a chance ahead of Fofana. Players maybe like Jashari or Ricci might have a shot ahead of Luka Modric. Now, I think and hope that Allegri has learned from the Genoa mistake and will not give a full new 3 midfield, and will keep either one of Rabiot or Modric, probably Rabiot, playing, and give a chance of the other 2 to sort of get used to that. I sincerely hope that's the case, but we'll see. I think we might see Leao and Pulisic again together.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say we score 3 goals again. For the haters that say Allegri plays boring football that doesn't score. And it's gonna be 3-0. We won 2-0 in the first leg, but Santi got a goal called off. Santi Jimenez plays for Milan. That's fun to remember. 3-0. Rafa gets his goal. Puli gets his goal, and Bartesaghi gets a goal. That's my pick. Milan beat Lecce 3-0.
That's pretty solid. You're not getting too big for your boots.
Yeah,
My
maybe a
guy
little
wins
bit.
one prediction and just thinks he's the king of the world. Huh?
Get the castle, get the castle. This is what the podcast is about. I'm the goat
Yeah,
for now. Until
you're the
tomorrow.
goat for now. Until tomorrow. Then you get hate. I'm going to go 2-0. Simple 2-0. I'm maybe not a boring kind of guy, but 2-0, not so convincing win, considering we're having a bit of rotation. I'm going to say Ricci scores. Whether he starts or he's on the bench, I'm going to say Ricci scores. I'm going to go out there.
I like that. I like that.
At some point, the 1-0 or the 2-0 doesn't matter. He'll score at any of the points. And then just give me a Leao goal.
Leo goal. Of course, he was right with the penalty. He deserves one. Okay,
Yeah.
then you've heard it here. Go place your bets because we're always correct, not financial advice. And as always, thank you for watching. Forza Milan.
Forza Milan.